Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Mialoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you guys have been having a good day so far. I'm doing okay. I woke up with a tummy ache this morning. That was not fun. But I'm here now. I've got water. I've had breakfast and coffee, so I have a little bit more energy than before. So we're doing good here. I'm excited to play this, so that is motivating me to persevere in spite of my tummy. My stomach is trying to stop me, but not today. Yes, I did receive a little freak. I did. I posted about him on Twitter only so far, but thanks to some lovely fans, I got a plushie of the Damadachi. Let me show you guys a picture, actually. Hold on. Do I have room to put the picture? Oh well, hold on. I have to save it first. I don't have it on my PC. I have to save it from my tweet and then post it. Hold on. One sec. But I got a little creature. I got a freak. The picture doesn't really do him justice. The colors look a little bit wilder than they do in real life. But there are some very kind fans who I suppose pulled together and commissioned him. They commissioned a little guy. Okay. Let me show you him. Ah, big. Look at this little freak. He's about the size of like an average Squishmallow, if I had to give a comparison. But here's the little guy. He's quite soft. He's ugly. I love him. Very, very cute. I like it a lot. And yes, it is our little green fellow. The default Damadachi. Ah, yes, thank you. For those of you who don't know, this game was made by Transparent Games, who happen to be in the chat right now. I probably won't be asking questions, but thank you for choosing to watch. I'm gonna just try and sit back and experience the game to the best of my ability. Unless there's a point where there's like actually like a game issue. But yeah, thank you very much for the code and for reaching out to have me play this game. It made me very, very happy. When I saw that the headline was like new OTOME, I was like, oh, it was made for me. So I'm very excited. But yeah, so from what I remember, the experience overall will probably be about 3 hours or so. Actual, like, playing the game is probably, like, I think they said, like, 90 minutes, hour and a half, but because of, bantering with chat and general yapping, it will probably be about a 3-hour stream, give or take, thereabouts. So yeah. Yeah, they do have a Patreon. They do crowdfund some of their games, I believe, from what I saw. So you can support them on Patreon, and you can get, like, certain benefits related to the games that they're working on. You can get, like, I don't remember what all the perks are. I looked at it, but I don't remember what the perks are. But if you would like to support them on Patreon, you absolutely can. Yeah. That's about it for, like, the preliminary stuff. I can probably show them properly once we get through the game. But I want to experience the game first and then chill. Build on itch, but there will be bigger demos in the coming months on Steam. Whoopee! That's very exciting! Gotta build the hype until the game is properly finished. But yeah, It looked really cute from what I glimpsed in, like, the press kit and stuff, so I am looking forward to actually giving it a try and playing. So we should go ahead and get started, probably. Alright, let me pull the game back up, because I had to minimize the window so that I could pull up the little creature. But yeah. Thank you guys again for the plushie. And again, thank you to Transparent Games for reaching out to me and wanting to have me play the game. I'm very excited. Let's get started. Also, let me know if the volumes are good. I turned down the game a little bit. I left voices on at like normal maximum because that's usually how I play Otome. I leave the voices max and then I lower everything else a little. But if the volumes are like weird at any point, let me know. Okay. We're hopping right into it. The game is fully voiced. I believe it will be. I don't know if the demo is voiced. I don't think so. But it will be fully voiced in the future. So for now, I will be voicing the characters that are not voiced. But in the future, when the game properly comes out, it should be fully voiced. And it'll just be a sit back and relax experience. Okay. Just my luck. Why does it have to be pouring now? I want to go home. I'll be soaked by the time I reach the subway. I run down the street, holding my bag over my head in a futile attempt to block the rain. I do my best to stay underneath the shop awnings. The cars speeding down the street, however, kick up puddles that shower me in rainwater. I'm ill-prepared for such weather. I didn't even take a hoodie with me, let alone an umbrella. Partially voiced, CG only. Ah, okay. Visual novel, choices, and affection system. Yeah. That's to be expected for an Otome. The damp cold seeps into my body, making me shiver. This day sucks. My boss yelled at me again, and I had to cover for my sick coworker on top of doing my own tasks. An office job sucks. I recently graduated from college and got this boring job where all I do is call people to sell them beauty products. Adult life sucks. It hadn't taken me long to tire of the monotony of adult life. I just want to curl up under a blanket and read web novels. Being the heroine of a fantasy romance novel would be such an amazing life. Fighting to save a kingdom from impending doom with magical powers, and falling in love with a hottie. My girl's got her priorities in order. Let's go, Celine. I get you. Office jobs. Yeah, office job hate. Thinking about what to read next, I run through the crosswalk. What? By the time I notice the light is actually red, not green, it's too late. I'm in the middle of the crosswalk with a truck driving straight at me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know what that means. Should I take a step back or run forward? Quick! Think, Celine. I take a step back, but it's too late. Cool. Well, you were tired of office life. I guess an isekai is the only answer. And that's just screams. I can't really scream. Ah! It'd be like that. If there are any settings for Celine to lower her standards, goddamn. Probably not. Expectations are high. It hurts. The pain. It's excruciating. My whole body hurts so much. Until I suddenly stop feeling anything anymore. The absence of pain brings me relief. I let my life go. Dang. Yeah, 07. The next thing I know, I'm floating in a cotton-like substance. I feel comforted. Safe, even. Have I really died? Am I in heaven now? But I wanted to read the last chapter of my favorite author's new web novel. I'll never find out what happens to the heroine in the end. Hot girls, we have problems too. So true. A chuckle escapes me, a loud sound in this quiet place. I'm pathetic, aren't I? I died and now I'm just thinking of my hobbies. Not my parents or my friends. Not that I had a great relationship with anybody anyway. I was quite a loner. What is that sound? In the emptiness, I can hear someone singing. An angelic voice. It's calling to me. You must fight on. I must? But I'm dead. I don't have to do anything. Suddenly I feel a pull. My soul gets grabbed and yanked towards a golden whirlpool. I scream, but no sound comes out of my mouth. I close my eyes, the shifting reality around me making me feel dizzy. When my senses return to me again, the first thing I notice is the fresh scent of a forest. I open my eyes and look around. I'm in the middle of the woods. Lush canopies of trees above me sway gently in a light breeze. There's something heavy in my hand, and when I look down, I see that I'm holding a simple hunting bow. My feet, clad in riding boots, sink into the damp green moss of the forest floor. Well, the good news is when you reincarnate, you get to dye your hair. You get to become purple. Purple woman good. I'm out hunting, I realize. Wait, how is this possible? I just died and... It's been ages since I handled a bow. The last time I practiced archery was in middle school, back when my parents could still afford to spoil me. I also hadn't put on such high boots today for work, or these fancy pants, or this jacket. The outfit looks almost like it belongs in a Korean webcomic. Who am I? Celeste? Where are you, Celeste? Somehow I suddenly realize I'm supposed to be hiding. Hiding from what or whom, I don't understand. I only know I must seek cover. The urge to disappear from sight is so strong that I don't even question it. I find a thicket of bushes and dive into them, not caring that my outfit will get dirty and torn. From my hiding spot, I observe the situation, holding my breath. A handsome man with red hair tied back in a ponytail runs towards me. He's wearing some sort of fantasy armor, and he has two thin swords on his hips. Boy spotted. Oh no, a redhead. It's over for me. Oh no, a redhead. Also, potentially, oh no, a knight. I recognize this person. This man is my knight. Oh boy, I get to learn how to pronounce the name. Levi Parenth? I'm going to go with for now. Pretty sure it's Levi. Could also be Levi. Levi? Levi Parenth. As opposed to two thick swords, that's true. Why has he got thin blades? The better to slash you with, I guess. You would instantly jump out of your hiding spot for him? No. If I need to hide, I will hide. I'm just saying, he's pretty. Wait, I don't have a knight. I'm Celine. I'm a 21-year-old simple American office worker, fresh out of college with a job in sales. Is that really the whole truth, though? Levi turns left and right, searching for me. Celeste, please come out. Failing to discover me, he runs off. I recognize this guy's looks from somewhere, and the name Celeste is familiar too. No, I couldn't have. Did I get reincarnated? Here? Out of all the books or games that could have been the setting for my reincarnation, why did I have to end up in the BL tragic fantasy web novel? Why this one? BL tragic fantasy. Oof. So not only did she reincarnate into a fantasy, but it's tragic and then also BL? She's supposed to have options, right? Are some of those options taken? That's kind of funny. Poor girl. I don't know what I would do in that scenario either, to be honest. Saint of the Golden Bow is the work's name. It was recently adapted to a webcomic. That's how popular it was. The book used to be one of my favorites, but the world of this story is not a nice place to live. There's a war going on with a demon queen. And Celeste, why did I have to be reincarnated as her? What I just witnessed was the opening scene of the book. Before Levi is chosen to become the titular saint, he goes out hunting with his unrequited love, the lady he's serving. He's supposed to protect Celeste, but he loses sight of her at some point, and an ungodly sound makes the hairs on my skin stand up. If it's BL, does she even get options? I mean, minor spoiler, I guess, but from my understanding, it was originally a BL, but I think because she got reincarnated in it, it's not really a BL anymore. I think all the boys end up interested in her instead. I think. Maybe not all. I assume if it's a BL, there's probably still some sort of gay pairing happening in the background, but I think at least in terms of the love interests are straight. Or maybe bi. I don't know. I don't claim to know sexualities. But I remember when I was reading the information for this game, it said that the original material was a BL, but when she reincarnates in it, it's no longer a BL. So maybe all the guys just become bi because she's so dang cute. Oh my god, a little freak. I love this design for this little creature. He's so funny looking. I am obsessed with him. The creature that made the sound appears to my right. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. An abomination. A demon. There's your new PF. I mean, sometimes the demon creatures get really hot human forms. Sometimes. Sometimes it's not bad. Hear me out. Sometimes it's fine. Maybe not this one, but sometimes that's fine. The imp's leathery wings flap in the air, then the creature flies towards me. It has spotted me. This is the moment when Celeste, oh boy. Dickery? Ooh, that's a name that I don't know how to read. You know what, the risky play. I'm not saying anything. I don't know if that's true about this game. I'm just saying sometimes when there's a demon, sometimes they get to have a really hot human form. Sometimes it's the reverse. A really hot guy gets to have a really hot demon form. You know, sometimes it works out. Sometimes. I assume this guy, based on the design, though, is probably just like a NPC opponent. Decorous? Celeste Daiquiri. I was gonna say Decady, at least, but I didn't know how to... I don't know how to read names. Names are hard. Anyway, this is the moment when Celeste Daiquiri dies a miserable death to become part of Levi's tragic backstory. But I just died from being hit by a truck. I don't want to die again. Especially not in a scripted event where I'm supposed to just fade away so I can serve as a part of someone else's tragedy. Not doing anything to save myself is not like me at all. Truck-kun. Are we to assume that the imp is the reincarnation of the truck? The truck is like, I'm not through with you yet, and literally reincarnates into an imp to get her again. The imp is still far enough away for me to attempt to save my life. I have to act quickly. The monstrosity is coming closer and closer. My hands are sweaty and my arms are shaking. Knees weak. Mom's spaghetti. I would legit stand up and clap if she got isekai'd again immediately. I refuse to give up. Ooh. Shoot the demon with the bow. Call for Levi's help as loudly as you can. Now you don't need no man. In my hands, I hold the key to my salvation. I pull out an arrow, draw back, and aim at the imp that's flying straight at me. I take a breath and release it, remembering when I was taught in middle school about archery. When I'm sure of my shot and know I can't delay any longer, I send the arrow flying. The arrow hits the demon straight in its ugly little head. With a final frightening sound, the monstrosity falls to the ground. I breathe heavily, collapsing to my knees. I did it. I thump my balled up fist against the ground, feeling the damp moss beneath my fingers. And the BF is dead. There could be other demons. There will always be other opportunities. I breathe deeply again, taking in the smells of the gorgeous forest. Calm me down. I'm alive. Tears roll down my cheeks. I was terrified, but I survived. Celeste! Levi comes running towards me. When he sees the imp dead a few steps away from me, and the bow still grasped in my hands, a gasp of surprise escapes his lips. Celeste, what happened? Did you kill this demon yourself? I nod, for a moment entertaining the thought that I'm indeed Celeste, not Celine. I open my mouth to explain the situation, but my voice sounds raw and shaky. I killed the demon. I finally managed to whisper. Levi walks up to me and kneels down before me. My lady, can you walk? I give his question some thought, but I feel so weak. I wipe my tears away. I don't think so. I'll carry you. No, there's no need for... Ah! Hey, first CG of the game! Let's freaking go! We love a prologue CG. Look at this. Art's very pretty. Also, we do love a princess carry. Definitely a good fan service shot for sure. Super cute. Levi takes me in his arms bridal style. The bow slips from between my fingers. Our close proximity is so embarrassing I want to hide my face, but I can only do so against his chest, which is a less than ideal option.
My bow!
Oh, the voices! Let's go!
Don't worry about the weapon. I will return for your bow later. Right now, it's of utmost importance that I carry you back to the safety of the mansion.
Whoopee! Her harp? Yes, the harp.
But it's...
I still protest. Levi gives me a glare. It's voiced partially. We were told that it's only partially voiced, specifically during scenes with CGs. And I guess only the character dialogue. The narration will not be voiced.
No buts. Let me do my job, for once.
I let out a long sigh and stop resisting. Levi walks toward where we left our horses, or so my memory as Celeste recalls. So I really am Celeste now? I'm part of the world of the Saint of the Golden Bow, but I was supposed to die. So, what will my survival mean for the story now? Oh, hello. Complete, total scene change. Cute girl! Cute girl! Maid likers. Psst, 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 psst. What if the bow was secretly the titular bow? So true. What if it was secretly the titular bow? All washed up, my lady. After an awkward bath where I had to let my maid, Linda, wash me, I'm finally dressed in a nightgown and allowed to rest. My body feels weak. The shock of dying, reincarnating, then almost dying again, finally taking a toll on me. A loud yawn escapes my lips. I cover my mouth. I'm going to lie down. Is there anything else you need from me? I forgot I'm supposed to formally dismiss Linda whenever I want to be alone. She's Celeste's servant, after all. I'm good for now. I'll call for you later if I need anything. Alright, my lady. Linda curtsies before me and then she exits the room. I sink into the softness of the mattress, taking a good look around the room. This place has an undeniably expensive, polished, fancy look. This says the room with the giant teddy bear that's very distracting. I would agree that the room looks polished and fancy, but these teddy bears are a bit of a Gatmoe moment. Not that I'm complaining, it's cute, but you can see, like, big pink teddy bear, little brown bear, there's a white bear, like, laying here. No offense, girl, but the bears are a bit distracting. It's pink. It is pink, yeah! Very pink room also, overall. But it's super cute. I like the Gatmoe of it, though. Is the Dominachi as big as the pink bear? No, I think it's closer to the size of the white bear here. Somebody has tried very hard to make the atmosphere more feminine, and I know it wasn't Celeste. The Celeste the book mentions is quite the tomboy, caring little for girly things like dolls and decorations. She doesn't have good social skills, she lacks proper knowledge of etiquette, and she dances like an elephant. Instead, she's great at archery, hunting, and riding horses. However, the society deems all of those activities inappropriate for a lady, and thus she doesn't have many friends. Sounds so much like me in my past life. The only two people who really like Celeste are Levi, who, for some reason that isn't really explained in the book, adores his lady, and... Celeste, are you alright? Celeste's twin sister. Celeste's twin sister, Eurydice. The book also briefly mentions Eurydice as part of Levi's backstory, simply describing her as the more ladylike twin who loves pink and romance novels. I felt Celeste's emotions for Eurydice in my heart, though. Celeste really cherishes her sister. Celeste? Eurydice notices that I'm staring at her with a faint smile on my face. I'm alright. Thanks for worrying about me. She rushes over to my bed, fixing the pillow under my head and helping me sit up. Well, of course I'm worried about you. You're my beloved sister. What would I do if I lost you? Okay. I'm fine, I've been through worse, or Levi was with me. The answers that are so, like... It's either, like, do it myself or cling to Levi. You don't need no man. I mean, I was going to say, I feel like this is a more realistic answer. Cause also, Levi didn't do anything. I shot the damn thing, not him. I'm fine. I've been through worse. So this is Eurydice's room. I'm guessing the sisters might share it together, or, well, no. They mentioned that, the bears were probably there because someone else wanted the room to be more feminine, which means Eurydice probably brought the bears in to decorate the room and make it look more girly. But I imagine this might still be Celeste's room. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if the girls shared a room, because they usually do that with twins. Levi did a tuxedo mask. My work here is done. You didn't do anything. He princess carries her out. I'm fine. I've been through worse. quickly sort through Celeste's memories. Remember that time I stole Marquis Hall's prized mare and rode her into the woods until she threw me off? Then Father and Levi found me lying in the ditch? They looked for that horse for days. As though the missing horse is the most important part of the story. Your whole side was bruised, and you got ill from the cold and the damp. But you nursed me back to health, didn't you? Of course. Someone has to take care of you when you don't bother to take care of yourself. I give her a wide smile. Mission accomplished so far with pretending to be Celeste. I really would like to know what happened today, though. Levi babbled something about a demon? I'd like to know more too, for the matter. Father walks into the room without knocking or otherwise warning us of his presence. He has a stern look on his face, but that's just his usual expression. Papa. Uh-oh. Guys, that's our father. That's our father. Our parent. No. No. Don't start. I know who put the teddy bears there now. Oh, you think it was Dad? That thought's actually kind of cuter than it being the sister. I can kind of vibe with that. Yeah, don't start. Once you start, you won't be able to stop. Don't start. The joy I felt at talking to Eurydice momentarily evaporates. New emotions from Celeste surface in my heart. Her father has always made her feel lesser, inadequate. It was fated though, stop. Do you not read how he makes her feel lesser? Bad father. Not good father. It would be different if he was a good father. I review her memories of him and curse inwardly. To say her father favors Eurydice wouldn't at all capture the severe inequality of the situation. During some of their past interactions, he has been outright abusive, belittling Celeste and calling her names. I stiffen my spine, sitting up straight. I took so much shit as Celine, and I'm not going to do it again as Celeste. What happened today that's left you so disheveled? I look down at myself. The only blemish in my appearance is a scratch on my knee from when I hid in the bushes. The mark is so small that I didn't even notice it while bathing. Otherwise, I'm wearing a fresh nightgown and all cleaned up. There's nothing disheveled about me. I give Father a defiant look. As you can see, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Father huffs. You and your sister's 18th birthday is in 3 days. We're leaving for the capital the day after tomorrow. If you're not healed up and in top form by then. I'll be up and running by tomorrow. My body feels tired and heavy, but it's nothing a bit of sleep can't fix. I see Eurydice scoot slightly to the left, as if taking a step away from Father's negative energy. You'd better be. I don't want you to ruin the golden bow ceremony for your sister. You're banned from leaving the mansion for the next 3 days. I open my mouth to tell him off, but my eyes land on Eurydice. She shakes her head slightly. To honor her wishes, I decide not to agitate Father any further. All right. I nod. I don't feel like going hunting or horseback riding anyway. Someone would quickly notice that I'm not as good at those activities as Celeste should be. I'm still not sure how much of her skills I can access for myself. Levi set me in front of himself on his horse to return us to the mansion earlier, so I have no idea if I actually know how to ride a horse myself. I only rode a horse once or twice as Celine when I was a kid, not nearly enough to match Celeste's experience. I can't read. Now tell me what happened. I killed a demon. Both Father and Eurydice let out gasps of surprise. What's with that weird blush? Is it supposed to be red in the face of the temper? I guess so, like an angry fluster. Some people do blush when they're angry. Because he still had a frown. I think it might have just been, like, angry, red in the face vibes. You... what? Levi said you two had an encounter with a demon, but I assumed he was the one to kill it. I shake my head and smile. I shot an imp with my bow. What was such a monstrosity doing in the middle of Lokari Empire lands? We are far from the war front. The imp was conveniently there to kill Celeste for Levi's tragic backstory. I want to tell the truth, but of course I won't. Father and Eurydice would take me for a madwoman if I babble about them being characters from a novel. I don't know, but the monster attacked me, so I killed it. I shrug like my actions were nothing out of the ordinary. After all, in the face of danger, it's kill or be killed. Father sits down on the chair next to the entrance of my room and hides his face in his hands. I knew my daughter wasn't much of a noble lady, but this... He mumbles loudly enough for both Eurydice and I to hear him. My sister and I share a smile. Where was your knight when the demon attacked you? I should choose my words carefully. I don't want Levi to take the blame for my actions. I ran off on him again. I wanted to hunt on my own. Of course. He lets out a long sigh, like I'm burdening him more than he can bear. My body takes this moment to remind me how tired I am. A big yawn escapes my lips. I cover my mouth with my hand. Rest. Father gets up and gestures for Eurydice to leave. Eurydice nods and walks behind him out of the room. She turns back to me when she's in my doorway and gives me a warm smile. Get some rest. I'll be back later. I return her smile and sink more deeply into the bed, making myself comfortable. It doesn't take long for me to fall into a dreamless slumber. The flustered of course. Stop. He's mad. He did it because he angry. Ugh, why is my nose getting stuffy? Me when I read. Anyways. When I wake up again, the rays of morning sun pour into my room. I get out of the bed and stretch to make sure my body's working properly. I feel refreshed after my long sleep. No more weakness in my limbs. Everything's in order again. I walk to the desk and sit down. I take a fresh sheet of paper. I hesitate when I realize there's only a quill for writing, but I won't be stopped. I produce a few scratchy letters. My handwriting looks horrible. It seems I can't directly access Celeste's skills after all. That's quite inconvenient. I can manage to write with a quill, but not very well, and only in English, of course. I have to write down everything I know about the web novel Saint of the Golden Bow, so I can organize my knowledge of the world and line it up with Celeste's memories. Scratchy handwriting or not, I need to sort out all my assets. Let's start with the basics. Saint of the Golden Bow is a romantic tragedy fantasy web novel by the Korean web novelist, oh boy, Hanyo Kim. Me having to learn all these names I don't know how to pronounce. Help me. Take it they have another language there. Well, she's saying because the comic was originally in Korean. I guess maybe she assumed that she had to also write in Korean, or like write in mysterious fantasy script. It could go either way. Good? Oh, I nailed it? Sick. I took a big ol' swing with that one. Let's freaking go. Oh, oops, wait. I didn't read a line. I read the English translation on one of my favorite web novel and comic apps. The story was supposed to be turned into a webcomic and had promo art, which is how I was able to recognize Levi immediately. Okay, so it started as a novel, but because it's turning into a webcomic, she knows what the characters look like, kind of. We go in fourth wall. Well, it's because she got isekai'd here. I don't think you were here for the beginning part, but she got hit by a car and got isekai'd into this novel, so she's writing down everything she knows. His design and the artwork even had him in the same outfit he was wearing on the day of the demon attack. Maybe I should also write down... what a web novel is, what a web comic is, what BL is. What do you guys think we should take notes on? BL? Yeah, the novel is a BL. It's very funny. Oh, please do explain BL. Okay. You guys just want this so you can hear me reading it out loud. What BL is? I scribble BL on the paper. Boys' love is a genre of Asian media that centers around relationships between two men, but is geared towards the female audience. It's romantic and simply wonderful to watch two men fall in love with each other. I'm really such a simp for a good BL romance. Are you happy now? Did you get what you wanted? Did you get what you wanted? Did you get your fun little Fujoshi audio file? You good? Are you satisfied? Gosh dang it. That truly came from Yuno's mind. You felt too comfortable reading that? It's called acting! I'm also a Fujoshi, but it's called acting! That was from the soul? What the hell? I'm enjoying this stream so much, I'm glad you're having fun. I'm sorry that my chat is like this, but... It's called acting, but you didn't need to. Shut up! Stop making me look bad. Stop it. You're embarrassing me. This majestic music makes this so much better. I mean, I do feel like I am formally educating the masses. I'm hosting like a very proper lecture at like an old-timey university. Alright, students, welcome to the lecture on BL. Acts like it doesn't come naturally. Leave me alone! At least I only talked to you guys about OTOME. Aren't you glad that I've never given you a proper lecture on BL? You do have a PhD in BL, though. This is factual. Working towards my doctorate as we speak, also. What do you think PhD is for, if not for studying BL? You never asked her what her PhD is in. Anyway, do you guys want the definitions for web novel or web comic, or should I just continue? Since we defined what BL is. I love the idea of her notes being like, here's the summary of the story, also here's what BL is. Alright, anyway. That's what PhD model Yuno is studying? Yep. She's studying for her PhD in BL. She's also a guest lecturer. She talks about, the intricacies of yaoi. Just the facts. So true. Those are the most important things. Might as well go through everything for completionist sake. Fair. How Dust One writes a novel with a web. That's very true. I do feel like I don't quite get the difference between web novel and a manga. I got you. What a web novel is. I scratched down web novel in big letters. Since the beginning of the 21st century, web novels have been immensely popular in South Korea. A web novel is a novel first published on the internet. It grows to have a very specific narrative form. Readers unlock chapters and interact with what they are reading by posting comments. So web novels tend to be very long. Saint of the Golden Bow is an exception. It wasn't that long of a book, but it still got over 100 chapters. It was translated to English and published on one of my favorite web novel and comic apps. I was grateful for the chance to read it in English, as I don't know Korean. Kiss the homies. You gotta smooch those homies, for real. Sometimes homies are destined to kiss, and that's just how it be. I asked for a web comic. I put down webcomic in big letters on my sheet of paper. Webcomics are often adaptations of web novels. Each episode is published on a reading app as a long vertical strip. Some even feature music composed specifically for the chapters, but those are rare. Unlike other Asian comics like manga, webcomics are in color. They are published digitally too, though sometimes they also end up being printed as books. There's a very popular genre of webcomics right now called OTOME Isekai. Ding 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 ding, that's what we're in. Ding 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 ding, that's the name of the game. Ding 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 ding. It is Destiny, huh? What, Destiny to kiss the homies? Yes. For some anyway. Not every homie has to kiss, but there is, like, it's fate sometimes. Anyways. In those stories, a girl from Earth dies and is reincarnated as a character in a visual novel or web novel. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? She's so real for that. She's like, huh. Now wait a second, not me. Deja vu. Did you know our homies are kissed by fate? So true. You're so right for that. I let out a long sigh. I've been isekai'd, haven't I? Not as a villainess, though. A bad character, like in most of those stories. Instead, I'm what is referred to as an extra, an insignificant character. Maybe that's for the best. After all, being a minor character means I couldn't have messed up the story too much by avoiding my planned death in the plot. Only time will tell. Alright, we've got the basics. Let's go. I get up for a moment and wander over to the mirror. I touch a hand to the glass. The design of Celeste wasn't included in the promo art. I take in my new features. Purple hair and pink eyes, a slender figure. New genre, fellas love. That makes sense if she's an extra if the original is a BL. Yeah, so for those of you who haven't been following it, she reincarnated as a minor character in the main character's backstory. Originally, she's supposed to die as, like, a catalyst for his story. Technically, the narrative term for that, if you're listening, Dev, feel free to steal this, is she gets fridged. The term for a character who only exists, especially a woman, who exists solely to further the storyline of another character, usually a man, means that she got fridged. So if we want her to be a nerd, you could include the fact that she knows that she got fridged. Only if you want to. It's just, that's just a fun fact. Yeah, she knows words. Yeah, I know a word or two. I'm a bit of a nerd because I'm also a creative writing major. I believe it came from a Green Lantern comic. I think you might be right. I can't remember the specific term, but it was literally because there was a situation where a female character was, like, locked in a fridge or something. But yeah, big trope is a character who gets fridged for the sake of furthering a male character's narrative, usually. Doesn't always have to be a minor character who dies, but, like, some character who dies for the sake of furthering another character's progression, or, like, making a main character depressed. She got fridged. Poor girl. But she escaped the fridge! She's doing her best. Arcane? Oh, is this something that happens in Arcane? Interesting. Why a fridge, though? I don't actually remember. Your PF got fridged instead. R.I.P. Imp number 1. May there be several more imps in the future. It's okay. There will be more imps. Probably. If I had to guess. Or maybe a king of the imps. And then we'll really be going. There's no denying it. I'm really not Celine anymore. The understanding that I have reincarnated into the novel finally settles in my mind. I feel calm. Calmer than I ever thought I would be if something out of a novel suddenly changed the course of my life. There's no fighting the reality, is there? As strange as the situation is, I'm Celeste and I have her memories, but somehow I'm Celine as well, equipped with knowledge of this world that Celeste never had. I walk back to the desk and sit down to continue organizing my thoughts. Maybe after I process everything, I'll break down and cry about my fate. Right now, however, I don't feel like moping around. Instead, I want to fight for a better fate. Back to Saint of the Golden Bow. The book starts with Celeste's death event. Levi was in love with his lady for years, but the actual love interest of the story is Prince Noah. Celeste has to die at the beginning of the book to make Levi feel at his lowest, when the Golden Bow chooses him as the saint. Why didn't Celeste save herself if she was said to be so great at archery? Must be book logic. She had to die for the story in the Saint of the Golden Bow to proceed the way it did. Soon after Celeste's death, Levi's quest to save the Lokari Empire from the Demon Queen begins. However, he doesn't go alone. Noah, as well as High Priest Elijah, the second love interest, both accompany him on the journey. Noah and Levi fall in love. Elijah falls in love with Levi too, but Levi chooses Noah. When the final confrontation with the Demon Queen happens, the love Noah and Levi share is an important component of defeating the Fiend. She's like, the power of two boys kissing, too strong. Through their love, the magic of the weapon becomes stronger. Oh, okay, so the bow, specifically, is like... if you want my power to get stronger, I'm gonna need you two to kiss real quick. So the bow is a Fujoshi? Makes sense. Demon Queen cringes to death. Ugh, you're so in love. It's so cringe. Turning into particles. It's supposed to be campy. I love it. It's really good. Romantic? Yeah, it's gotta be a romantic little smooch. The point is weapons get stronger when they kiss. Hey, be good. Be good. The dev is watching. Stop this. However, this story is a tragic one. Even though Levi defeats the Demon Queen, he perishes in the process. Alright, not safe for work too, I'm good. Oh, okay, continue then. Noah and Elijah live on, and peace returns to the Lokari Empire. I remember crying at the end of the book, and cursing the author for writing such a beautiful yet heart-wrenching tale. I reread the novel twice. Saint of the Golden Bow is really one of my favorite stories. I still don't appreciate being reincarnated into this world, though, especially not as Celeste, whose only purpose in the story is to add angst to Levi's life. I didn't die when I was supposed to, though, and now the story is continued regardless. I wonder how many things will change because Celeste is alive. Can Levi still fall in love with Noah despite the fact that I'm still here? I really want my ship to sail and for the boys to get together, but I don't know if that outcome is possible under these circumstances. If Levi and Noah don't fall in love at the end of the quest, will Levi still be able to defeat the Demon Queen? I like how she ships them. Okay, so this means that I should probably try to get with Elijah so that her ship can come true. In my mind, I feel like she can choose one of the boys and that'll be like the love interest, and then the other two who don't get picked are the ones that get together as the gay ship. Which is very slay. That's how I'm seeing it in my brain. Which is a bit of a bummer, because I do think Levi's really cute. But I also haven't seen Noah or Elijah yet, so... we'll have to see purely based on looks. Currently, Levi is my taste, though. I shudder. What if I've broken this story beyond repair by avoiding my demise? What was I supposed to do, though? Just roll over and die? That's so not like me. I'm a fighter. Maybe I can change the story even further, so that Levi can still survive the final encounter? I have no idea how to make this plan work, but maybe opportunities to influence the world further will present themselves to me. After all, though the thought is chilling, What's happening here isn't just a web novel story. Saint of the Golden Bow is my new reality. We can have our cake and eat it? Yeah. On the day of Celeste and Eurydice's 18th birthday, Father takes us to the capital to attend the Golden Bow ceremony. Look, there it is! The titular Golden Bow! There it is! Wow! Levi had his 18th birthday a few days ago as well. Since he's of lower standing than the Count's family, Father got the approval of the church for Levi to attend our ceremony together with us, instead of his own a few days earlier. Steal it? I don't have any options yet. How does one even hold it? Very carefully. Your knight has to guard you at all times, Father had said to Celeste before I reincarnated into her body. After the encounter with the imp, he's become even more convinced that Levi shouldn't leave my side. Not that Levi is complaining about having to stick close to me, for obvious reasons. Now, Eurydice, Levi, and I stand in the middle of the chapel in the royal palace in Solis, Lokari Empire's capital. Behind us are the many other people who will be tested. Oh, cute! Pink hair. It looks kind of cute. I can vibe with this. Before us, the High Priest Elijah Soren takes a spot behind the titular Golden Bow, the fabled artifact that will choose the saint one day. I know that day will be today, since Levi is the one who will be chosen. I eye the bow with suspicion. Light reflects off its gold-covered surface. The design is pretty and elaborate. Looks like a pain in the ass to use as a weapon. Too ornamental for my taste.
We are all gathered here today to see if the Golden Bow, the weapon given to us by our Lord to help us one day defeat the vile Demon Queen, will finally choose its saint.
Oh no, it's shaped like a womb. It's a heart, you uncultured! Stop! It's a heart! Don't be like this! Looks like something a Cupid will use. Well, it is powered by romance. Maybe that's part of it. It gets more powerful when people love each other or whatever, so... Sacred jump scare. Yeah, sorry. Reminder, the parts with CGs are voiced.
On this beautiful morning, when the sun's rays fall through the windows of our chapel, let us give our gratitude to the Lord.
Whoopee. We're coming full circle to the backpack game with the Demon Queen. Okay, but that would only work if we got to romance the Demon Queen. And I don't think that's possible. I don't think it's possible. Stop calling it that! Stop. Stop this. Guys, we're in the middle of a sacred ceremony in a church. You can't talk about that kind of thing here. Stop!
He has given us means to end the war that has been raging for so many decades.
We're listening to this guy give his, like, sermon or like, whatever he's doing while he's talking in front of the bow. Meanwhile, I'm stuck listening to you guys being like, and, like, making stupid, dirty jokes, and we're like the kids in the back of the church. We're, like, in the back pew, trying to, like, not laugh, but we keep snickering because we keep talking about what it looks like. Father Bruno would give approval. Who? Who are you talking about? Surely not I. I didn't know the church had a peanut gallery. That's literally us right now, because all you guys are making these stupid jokes about the bow. I've never been particularly religious, even in my past life. I especially don't believe in a fantasy god, but...
Let us give our gratitude.
Let us give our gratitude.
When Eurydice and Levi bow their heads and say the words of a prayer, along with all the other people in the hall, I mumble the words as well.
Let us give our gratitude.
The voice of a girl who does not care. She's so real, but at least she's blending in. At least she's doing her best to blend in. I don't want to draw suspicion to myself after all.
20 years ago, the blessed blacksmith was bestowed with the Lord's inspiration and crafted the golden bow.
Stop saying Yuri dice. I'm going to strangle you guys. I have the plushie now. It works like a voodoo doll. If I punch it, you'll feel it.
He worked tirelessly, day and night, until finally, he completed the artifact. Ever since then, the people of the Lokari Empire have sought to be tested on the day of their 18th birthday by the golden bow. The artifact will choose its wielder.
Whoopee. It's a voodoo plushie. I knew it was suspicious they asked for hair. Yeah, sorry, it's freaking over for you.
That person will become the saint and be tasked with defeating the Demon Queen, who has terrorized our borders for 23 years.
I'm glad Elijah reminds us of the history of the bow. I've forgotten some of the details.
I will now call forth today's attendees to be tested. Each of you just needs to touch the golden bow once, and its judgment will be bestowed on you.
Let's go! Elijah takes out a sheet of paper and reads the first name from the list. Once again, I don't know how to read this name. Eurydice Decury, daughter of Count Decury. Eurydice approaches the bow. She puts a hand on the artifact. Nothing happens. Of course, what else did I expect? Levi is the saint. The golden bow will only glow for him. A frown appears on the high priest's brow as he reads the next name. Celeste Decury, daughter of Count Decury. I take a deep breath and step onto the podium. Reminding myself I shouldn't expect anything, I put my hand on the weapon. For a moment, nothing happens, but then... the bow glows, its light getting brighter and brighter with each second. The light feels scorching hot. I close my eyes, worrying I'll go blind if I don't. You must fight on. I hear the angelic voice again. Was the bow the one speaking to me when I reincarnated? Or was it the god of light himself? The thought that I may have been addressed by a deity is frightening. No, no, no. Gods aren't real. You're not religious, Salim. The golden bow. The burning light makes my skin feel like it's on fire, so I take my hand away from the bow. But my hand continues burning, the searing pain climbing up my arm to my chest. Ugh! I scream. My head is spinning. The pain is too much for me to handle. I want it to stop. Stop, stop, stop! I'm on fire! I'm dying! Not again! Lady Celeste! Sister! Levi and Eurydice are calling to me, but I don't have the strength to respond. My consciousness fades, darkness taking me into its comforting embrace. Ugh, I feel so groggy. I'm in the guest room of the apartment that was assigned to our family when we first arrived at the palace for the ceremony. The impersonal decor makes the place feel cold and unwelcoming. I know the room is supposed to look grand and elegant, but I don't feel at home here at all. Lady Celeste can't be the Saintess of the Golden Bow. The role is too dangerous for her. I turn my head to the left. Levi and Eurydice stand by the door. Neither of them notice I'm awake. Just imagining her going on the dangerous quest to defeat the Demon Queen makes me terrified for her life. We have to stop the Church and Empress from declaring her to be the Saintess. Levi... It's not for us to decide who the Saintess is. Neither is it the choice of the Church or the Empress. It's the God of Light who singled out Celeste to be the savior of our empire. This must be some kind of mistake. Levi, you're committing blasphemy here. You can't go against God's wishes. But Lady Celeste is... Look, I know you're worried for my sister, but please mind your words. If someone other than me hears your opinion about God's choice, you may get in trouble. So, I really am the Saintess of the Golden Bow? I speak up, not believing my own words. Levi and Eurydice turn to me. Eurydice runs up to the bed and takes my hand in hers. Celeste, you're awake. How are you feeling? Fine, I think. Just a bit tired. You really scared us in the chapel. You screamed like someone was tearing you apart. The light of the bow entering my body felt like it was burning me. It sounds horrible. Tears well up in Eurydice's eyes. I squeeze her hand, trying to comfort her. I glance behind her to where Levi still stands by the door. He has a defeated look on his face. When he notices me watching him, he finally approaches the bed, standing behind Eurydice. I can't be the Saintess. It was supposed to... I cut myself off when I realized I almost just said that Levi was supposed to be chosen as the saint. I can't tell them what happens in the book. They don't even know they live in a fictional world. For some inexplicable reason, the Golden Bow, or the God of Light himself, has chosen me instead as the savior of the Lokari Empire. Why me? I ponder out loud. I'm so confused. I don't want to be the Saintess. Why has the story suddenly changed so much? I only did my best to survive. Did the fact that I wasn't slain by the demon really create such a severe butterfly effect? Or had I already been chosen at the moment of my reincarnation? Looks like she found fate. So true. This is the fate we were meant to find all along. I remember the angelic voice of the bow sounding just like the voice I had heard after dying in the accident as Celine. I'm sure you'll do fine. You're excellent at archery. Eurydice smiles through her tears, trying to reassure me. I'm not as confident about my fighting skills as Eurydice is. Celeste may have been good at the bow, but I can't access her full abilities. The God of Light saw her slay the imp and thought that was a sick kill. Yeah, he was like, oh, a headshot? Say less. Let's give her the bow. Rare weapon drop. Automatic SSR pull. Judging by my handwriting, I can only manage the bare minimum of what she could do. I'm not proficient in any of her skills. I only know how to use the bow somewhat from my experience as Celine in middle school. This reminds me of a web novel. Well, it should. That's what the game is. It's literally based in a world that is a web novel. Good job. You connected the dots. Good job. I'm proud of you. As if I haven't been saying the words web novel over and over at this point. This whole situation is so depressing. No, I mustn't lose heart. I have to stay strong and face my fate head-on. What's going to happen to me now? The Empress has summoned you for an audience, 3 hours from now. What does the Empress want with me? Eurydice wipes her tears away. She didn't say, but we think she intends to personally congratulate you on your new role. Alright, I suppose I should start getting ready then. First, High Priest Elijah requested to check on you as soon as you woke up. check on me? With his light magic. He wants to see if your body and mind are alright after being touched by God's grace. I'm feeling okay, but I suppose I shouldn't turn away a member of the church. Not complying with their wishes might be dangerous now that I'm somewhat part of their organization. The reality is so overwhelming that I would really prefer to be alone now, but there's no time for me to mull over what has happened. The chance to break down will come later, after everyone goes to sleep. Not her scheduling her breakdown! That's so me. I can't cry right now. I have to pencil it in for a few hours from now when it's quiet and nobody can hear me. That's too real. Okay, you can tell the High Priest I will see him. I'll go bring him here. Levi turns around and walks out of the room in long strides. Eurydice gives me a comforting smile. I really hate when they gorilla breakdown. Gorilla crying session, let's go! Too busy, schedule for 7 p.m. Real. Everything's going to be okay. I hope so too. Silence falls between us, but it's a cozy, warm kind of quiet. I get the feeling that no matter what happens, Eurydice will support me. I envy Celeste for having such a great sister and friend. I should use this opportunity to ask Eurydice some questions about my situation. I'll just have to be careful about how I broach the topics. I don't want to reveal my jumbled knowledge about the world. Okay. What does it mean to have the role of the Saintess? How long has the Empire waited for the Saintess? What do we know about the Demon Queen? I mean, I guess we could just ask whichever. Is she hot? I can't ask that specific question. Is the Demon Queen single? I can't ask that either. This is what I can ask, or I can ask nothing. Go in order, I suppose? Yeah, that's fair. What exactly does it mean to have the role of the Saintess? The Saintess is the fourth most important person in the Lokari Empire, after the Empress, her Emperor Consort, and the Crown Prince. You're on par with the head of the church, the High Priest. Am I part of the church now? You're not a priest or priestess, if that's what you're asking. You're still a noble, so you can marry someone of noble standing if you'd like. You're not sworn like the clergy to only marry within the church. Ah, I remember this subplot regarding Elijah. He wouldn't be able to be with Levi because Elijah is only allowed to marry someone from the priesthood. Forbidden love, a popular trope. Marriage, that feels so far away. We're 18 now, so father will probably help us find suitable suitors soon. I would like to marry for love if at all possible. Love. Love was one of the components needed to defeat the Demon Queen. Levi and Noah's love. Would I have to fall in love with someone now that I was the Saintess? I hope I'll have enough time if that's really necessary. I'm not someone who falls in love easily. Do you have someone in mind for marriage? What? Maybe? You can tell me. I'm not going to tell anybody. Maybe another time. I'm not ready to admit it myself. I chuckle. Eurydice is adorable when she's shy. Love to defeat her so she marries it's all soft. No, we need to have the power of like a couple's love to defeat the Demon Queen. We can't, I mean, yes, technically if the Demon Queen gets married, I guess that would quote-unquote defeat her, but like, we don't exactly know what they mean by defeat. Yuri couple for the win. I mean, I'm always down for a little Yuri. How long has the Empire waited for the Saintess? As the High Priest said, the Golden Bow was created by the Blessed Blacksmith 20 years ago, before we were even born. They say he worked tirelessly day and night for 2 weeks to create the artifact. The design was bestowed upon him by the god of light himself. The blessed blacksmith said God told him in a dream that the golden bow will choose its saint when the time is right. Only the saint can wield the weapon and harness its power. What Eurydice tells me aligns with the backstory I already know from the novel, but it's good to be reminded about the details. I listen intently. What kind of power does the golden bow have? Light-aligned magic, the kind that the priests wield. It is said that only an arrow shot from the artifact will be able to kill the Demon Queen. The usual fantasy world MacGuffin, then. For plot reasons, other weapons can't harm the ultimate boss. Right, makes sense. It doesn't, but Eurydice doesn't seem to be aware of how ridiculous it is that only one weapon, wielded by one special person, can kill the enemy that the Empire's been fighting against for decades. I thought this was your favorite story, Queen! Why are you criticizing its MacGuffin? We have to kill her? Yeah, dude, she's currently terrorizing the whole kingdom. We have to kill her. It's called suspension of disbelief. I mean, that's fair. I also criticize my favorite stories all the time. But do we really have to? Yes! Yes, we do. It's necessary. Probably. I don't know. We can fix her. Stop. Eurydice just looks at her like she's crazy. Like, literally, what are you talking about? No, sister, listen. We can fix her. We just have to get her to love somebody. And if I'm supposed to fall in love and like, my love is the thing that powers the bow, why don't I just fall in love with the Demon Queen and whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you talking about? After the Golden Bow was created, the whole Lokari Empire and our allied kingdom of Durandal were tested to see if the saint was among them. But the savior wasn't found. Later, it was decided that every person would get tested on their 18th birthday, as suggested by the Blessed Blacksmith. 20 years passed, but the saint still wasn't found. Until now. It feels so random that I was actually chosen as the Saintess. But it's my reality now. This world seems to operate on book logic anyway. It makes logical sense. I justified it for you. That doesn't mean the game thinks the same way. What do we know about the Demon Queen? The people who have seen her say she looks like a beautiful woman, except she also has horns, a tail, and a third eye on her forehead. I mean, she still sounds pretty. There's nothing wrong with having a third eye on your forehead. But she's far from human. She's cruel and dangerous. She kills humans without mercy. She commands an army of demons, vile monstrosities. You saw one. Was it as ugly as they say? The imp wasn't pretty, that's for sure. The war has been going on for 23 years now. Over that time, 1/3 of Lokari Empire's lands to the east have been ravaged by war and infiltrated by the demons. They leave only ruins behind when they take over a town. Their fire is said to be ever burning. You'll have to travel east to defeat the Demon Queen. She's taken up residence in the Cloumond Castle. It used to be the seat of Duke Cloumond and his family, but they had to abandon their homeland to the demons 10 years ago. That news doesn't mean you want to go to the border at all. It'll be like walking straight into the maws of the enemy. I fear you won't have a choice in the matter. The Empress decreed long ago that once the Saint or Saintess was found, they would immediately embark on the quest to defeat the Demon Queen with a party of the most capable fighters. A quest, huh? Sounds like a story from a role-playing game. Not that I expect anything else from this book world. Levi went on this quest as the Saint, after all. I just hope you won't have to leave too soon. I think I'll need some time to learn to wield the golden bow and to accept the whole situation. I'm sure the Empress will understand. Those are all the questions I have, for now at least. Thank you for helping me sort through everything, sister. Eurydice gives me a bright smile. That's what I'm here for. One thing's certain. The people of the Lokari Empire have been waiting for the Saintess for ages. A lot of faith will be put into your abilities. A lot will be expected from you. I don't envy you. If I could, I would share this burden with you. Thank you. I'm really moved by Eurydice's dedication to me. There's a knock on the door, then Levi's voice can be heard from the other side. High Priest Elijah and Count Dekari have arrived. They can enter. And he comes, a boy. Why not make her love you and then kill her? That's fucked up. Don't do that. I want to do that to her. That's fucked up. Okay. Elijah comes into the room, followed by Father. Levi closes the door behind them, remaining in the living room of our apartment to guard the entrance. The High Priest bears a friendly smile. Father, on the other hand, wears his usual scowl on his face. He seems like he wants to say something. I give him an inquiring look, which is met with a glare. I don't know if I should laugh or cry at the fact that his disposition towards Celeste hasn't changed, even in the middle of such a life-changing situation. Is that the tragic Yuri I've heard about? That would be very tragic, Yuri. This much is true. What does Celeste have to do for her father to show her affection? If I had any hope that he would be proud of me now that I had suddenly advanced to a great position in the hierarchy of the Empire, it evaporates now. I decide not to say anything to Father while Elijah is around. I don't want him to witness a fight between us, and I doubt I can hold my tongue right now. May I sit beside you? Sure. Elijah approaches and sits beside me on the bed. I need to touch you to make sure you're healthy. Is that alright? Is that how light magic works? As someone who reincarnated here from Earth, I have little knowledge about magic. I don't remember a scene like this one with the High Priest in the book. Come to think of it, Levi didn't faint after touching the golden bow. He must have a much stronger resistance to pain than I do. Celeste doesn't know much about magic either. She has no magic powers of her own after all. Nobody in the Dekari family does. If Elijah says he has to touch me for his magic to work, though, I doubt he's lying. I look at him. He stares back at me with a patient smile. The High Priest is really attractive. I never thought I would find a guy with pink hair dashing, but he must have the longest lashes I've ever seen on a man. I blush, realizing I'm checking Elijah out. He's a priest, for heaven's sake. Eurydice just reminded me that he can only marry within the clergy. He's off limits. Besides, he only wants to touch me to make sure I'm okay. Stupid hormones. I clear my throat, though I can do nothing to stop my cheeks from burning. Alright, go ahead. Hello? Hey! I don't think you need to do that to use your light magic. So forward. Oh my gosh. Wow. So this is the first time we're experiencing an OTOME together, friends, and you get to learn one of my weaknesses, which is forehead touching. So the fact that this is happening this early is interesting. Interesting. Forehead touches are so cute. It's over for you, I'm afraid. Yeah, I am afraid. I'm afraid it's over. Actually, owari da yo. It's crazy that it's this over this quickly. Wow, crazy. Wow, that's so crazy. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Anyways, Elijah surprises me by leaning his forehead against mine. Before I can protest, an aura of white surrounds his body. He's really working his magic on me. I close my eyes and focus on how his magic makes me feel. His touch is pleasant and warm. I become strangely comforted. Before I realize what I'm doing, I lean in closer towards him. Elijah's chuckle makes me snap out of the comforting embrace of his magic.
Light magic does have a good feel, doesn't it?
There's a twinkle in his eye and a confident smirk on his face. Hey! That's not allowed! You know what you're doing, sir. Hey! Stop. Hey! Stop! Is he flirting with me? Yeah, girl! Good job you picked up on it. Sometimes we have heroines who do not realize that they are being flirted with and will just be like, huh, what? Well, that's so crazy. I can't believe you'd say something like that to me in a very casual way that means absolutely nothing. But luckily, we've got a heroine who has a brain, and she caught on super quick. Let's go. She's basically a genius. He's just being nice. He's just making small talk with me. It's my first time experiencing magic. Like, it's just small talk. He just wants to have a little conversation. I'm literally... I don't know what I was supposed to do here. I bet he headbutts with everyone. She's gonna find out later that he could easily just use his magic via touch by his hand and that he didn't have to use his forehead, and she's gonna be like, hey, what does that mean about what he did to me back there? And he just has to look away from her like, nice weather we're having. So silly. Embarrassed, I pull away. Lady Celeste is healthy. I can also confirm that the golden bow's magic has entered her body. She's the Saintess. Father lets out a heavy sigh. I hope you won't embarrass me. I glare at him, pursing my lips. I want to call him out on his unkind behavior, but I stop myself. I turn back to Elijah instead. This is Yuno's brain on seeing OTOME for the first time. Yeah, I will go monkey mode for pretty CGs. That's the thing. This is what it's like when I play OTOME. True for real, factual information. Thank you for the checkup. You're welcome. Only 2 hours remain now until Celeste has to attend the audience with the Empress. Yes, we should go and let Sister prepare for seeing the Empress. I want to keep talking with Elijah. If anyone can explain to me more about the Golden Bow's magic, it's him. Unfortunately, now is not the right time. Father rings the bell. A moment later, Linda appears in the doorway. Make Celeste presentable for meeting the Empress and Emperor Consort. Yes, my lord. Everyone says their goodbyes to me, and they leave me alone with my maid. I follow a step behind Father. We walk through the corridors of the palace to the throne room, where the Empress and the Emperor Consort are waiting for us. As I watch Father's back, I feel Celeste's resentment for him resurface. No, resentment isn't a strong enough term to describe her feelings. Celeste hates her father. Not without reason, either. What he's done to her over the years is something I can only describe as pure abuse. He's belittled her constantly, both in public and in private. His favorite title for her is his no-good daughter. He has always made her feel like she is less than Eurydice, unworthy of his praise. The only time he ever pulls his attention away from Eurydice is when Celeste misbehaves. He loves her. So he's an Asian dad? Oof. I mean, this is a Korean web novel, so I guess. Is that a popular trope in Korean comics? I don't really know. I haven't read that many. I have to assume so. Celeste's mother died when the two girls were young. Celeste has no memory of her, and no one to shield her from her father's wrath. Maybe that situation is why Celeste is always out hunting or horseback riding, taking herself far away from father and her duties as a noble lady. and Levi. He has watched Celeste suffer at Father's hand. I have a memory of him standing up for his love and Father having him flogged for it. After that event, Celeste forbade her knight to ever act in her defense again in front of her father. Levi protested, but Celeste insisted, using her authority as his noble lady to make him agree. In the years that followed, they both suffered, Celeste from her father's abuse, and Levi watching his love in pain. How can I not hate Celeste's father for his disgusting behavior? A pang of loneliness shoots through my heart. My parents never abused me, but I wasn't from a picture-perfect family either. There was a lot of fighting between Mom and Dad before they finally divorced. I was 14 when they parted ways, and I had a lot of trouble accepting that the situation wasn't my fault. I tried to help them fix their broken relationship before the divorce, but they didn't believe their marriage was worth saving. Eventually, everything fell apart, regardless of my efforts. Ever since then, I've had trouble trusting anybody enough to fall in love. I had a boyfriend in high school, but he broke up with me because I was too cold and emotionless towards him. His exact words. At the time, I just didn't know how to show love, or if I should even be open about my deep feelings for him at that early stage of our relationship. Both Celeste and Celine have their own baggage. Still, I was finding it very hard not to talk back to Father whenever he was rude to me. Celeste had long since given up on their relationship and simply chose to ignore his outbursts, but letting someone belittle me wasn't my style. I realized Father has stopped walking when I almost bumped into him, stopping just in time to avoid the collision. High Priest Elijah. Hello again, Saintess, Count Decory. Elijah nods at us with a soft smile, ignoring Levi's presence, of course. Knights in the Lokari Empire are just guards to their nobles. Elijah doesn't think much about Levi in this reality. Levi is not the saint, after all. I decided to join you during the audience. We're happy to have you. Are you ready to enter? I'm not, but then again, I'm not sure if I ever will be. Father nods in response to Elijah's words before I can protest. Let's enter. The guards in front of the throne room entrance open the door, and Father and Elijah enter the hall. I turn to Levi. Now more than ever, I need the support of someone who I know cares for me. Even if Levi won't be allowed to say anything during the audience, I want him present at my side. Come in with me. You'll only be able to stay by the door, but I want you to be there for this conversation. Alright. I enter the throne room as well now, Levi following behind me. Okay, I need a sip of water real quick. There's probably going to be a lot of yapping in this section, so gotta be hydrated, ready for the part. Is the Empress hot? I don't know, we haven't seen her yet. If she is, though, she's already got a consort, so it'd be like that. Okay. The Empress is sitting on her throne, and the Emperor Consort is lounging in the smaller chair next to her. Well, what do you think? Is she hot? Do you like that? Pass? Damn! Don't be so mean! A poor consort. Damn! You guys are so mean! Someone likes that? That's true. That's what I'm talking about? Okay, I love that for you. Anyway, Empress Mirel is as radiant in person as she is in Celeste's memories. Wearing a golden gown, she is the son of the Lokari Empire. Her husband, Emperor Consort Lucius, comes from our allied country, Durandal. He's called the Moon of the Lokari Empire. When the Empress sees us approach, she gives us a bright smile. At last, the prophesied Saintess stands before me in the flesh. I smile and make my best attempt at curtsy, following Celeste's memory. The wince on Father's face tells me I failed to move properly. For some reason, I find his expression funny. I cover my mouth so that nobody can see the smirk on my face. If I embarrass Father in front of the Empress, I can't say it wouldn't be enjoyable. Father and Elijah make smooth bows. Thank you for the chance to have an audience with you, Your Grace. Grace to be in your presence again, O Radiant Lady. Of course. How could I not gaze upon the chosen heroine with my own eyes? The Empire has been awaiting her for over 20 years. Though I'm surprised your daughter is the one who turned out to be the Saintess, Count Elric. A nervous chuckle escapes Father's lips. She's always been good with the bow. So I've heard. Your daughter doesn't act much like a noble lady, does she? She does have a reputation for enjoying quite boyish activities. Father's face turns beet red. He's embarrassed because of me. I realize I shouldn't let myself be too happy about the situation, though. There's too much at stake. I can't ignore the fact that as the Saintess, I have an important role to uphold in the Lokari Empire. As Eurydice explained to me, I'm the 4th most important person in the hierarchy now. She's looking down on us? Potentially. She's definitely being, like, passive-aggressive. Although I don't know if that's more so towards our father or us. No pressure. It seems the Empress finds me lacking as well, and having her, out of all people, displeased with me is not good. I remember Noah's plotline from the novel. The Empress sends him on the quest with Levi to defeat the Demon Queen, even though Noah is the heir to the throne. Or, so he should be, being Empress Mirel's firstborn. However, the monarch is a very controlling person. She doesn't want to give up the power of her throne to anybody, so she hopes to continue ruling through her child once she abdicates. Due to the law of the Lokari Empire, a person can only rule for 40 years before they have to pass on the role to another. The Empress is aging, but based on what I know from the novel, her hunger for power over the years has only grown. She wants to keep her influence over the politics of the Empire. However, Noah, her heir, isn't someone who can be easily controlled. The Empress has a secret second son, however, 10-year-old Mateo, whom she's raising to be completely obedient and reliant on her own opinions. 40-year term limit, it do be like that. But she wants to make sure it goes to her blood descendants. And I guess since she can't control the first son, she's trying to make sure that the second child works as a weapon, I was gonna say as a weapon, but I guess more like as a tool. So that way she can keep ruling from the shadows, probably. A puppet, yeah. I feel bad for that kid. He's just a little babby. He doesn't know that he's being groomed like that. She only sends Noah on the mission because she hopes he will die so she can establish Mateo as her new heir. She can't pronounce someone else the crown prince until Noah is gone. Someone as ruthless as the Empress is definitely not a good enemy to have. It's known that Count Decory has 2 daughters. The one who's a perfect image of a noble lady, and the one who's a tomboy. I suppose the girl that stands before us, although dressed in finery, is not much of a proper noble. Silence falls in the room. Everyone looks at me, expecting me to answer. Why would they expect you to answer that? That is clearly an assumption being tossed your way. How are you supposed to answer that? Like, haha, yes, even though I'm dressed up, I'm definitely just a tomboy, ha ha ha. Or, like, what do you expect her to say? If she says no, everyone will be like, oh, so she's also a liar. That's so annoying. I hate noble bullshit like this. They get so freaking petty. It's so dumb. Whips out bow and arrow, so true. Teehee, I'm such an elegant noble lady. Like, literally, what is she supposed to do? And yet I'm the Saintess. Honestly, fair. That is a good counter. Under the sudden attention, my mouth is dry and I can't find my words. They don't know much about Celeste, but rumors precede her. They have already judged her. Me. Why did I think I would suddenly gain respect by becoming the Saintess, when Celeste's questionable reputation has been spreading for years? In a sense, it's good that everyone expects Celeste to be quite lousy at etiquette. After all, I have no idea how to curtsy or properly use the utensils or dance like a graceful noble lady. Since Celeste's skills didn't directly transfer to me, if she really had been a perfect lady, I would have suddenly looked like an imposter. Still, I don't want the Empress to think I'm worthless as a Saintess, too. If she deems me inadequate like Father does, will she try to get rid of me so the Golden Bow can choose another saint? I don't think she has a very forgiving personality, judging by how much she hates her own son. Just when I gather my words to speak, the door to the throne room bursts open. Oh. Oh. Oh! He's pretty. He's really pretty. He's giving me serious Callisto vibes. There is one Korean webcomic I have ever read in my life, and well, one that I've like fully read, I should say. And this guy gives me complete Callisto vibes. I don't know if that's the inspo, but just the way he looks and the way that he's storming in here, even the whole drama with like the mom having a younger son that she wants to put on the throne as opposed to the older son who's a bit more rebellious. That's the inspo! Clocked! Anyway, that means he's gonna be my favorite because I love Callisto. Clocked! I'm on fire. I'm locked in. I get you. I understand. Heck yeah. I like his outfit. It's very clean. You're gonna like one scene later in the demo. That's exciting. Ooh, that's exciting. Ooh, I love that for me. Ooh, I love that for me. I love that for me. As someone who loves Callisto, I love that for me. Okay, I'm gonna be normal now, I promise. I'm gonna be so normal. A well-posed, tall, blonde man enters the room in a dramatic fashion, his cloak waving behind him in the sudden draft of air. He is Noah, Levi's love interest in the book. He's one of the most handsome guys I've ever seen, next to Levi and Elijah. His skin is darker than most Lokari Empire nobles, but only slightly. Noah is of mixed race. The current Emperor Consort is not Noah's father, but the previous consort was from our allied country Durandal, which happens to be in the south. The Durendi are known for having darker complexions. Noah inherited most of his features from the Empress, though. When he spots me, a smirk appears on his face. His red eyes shine with mischief.
Knock knock! Did I miss anything?
Oh my god, he sounds like such a tool! He sounds like a tool! I love him.
Fashionably late as always, my son.
Knock knock. Why did he have to sound like that? I'm gonna go crazy.
If I missed nothing, there was nothing to miss.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's about right for this. He got the tool voice from his mom. That line goes hard, actually. He is spitting right now. He's very true. Very real. Oh my goodness.
This is the Saintess, right? Count Decoris' tomboy daughter.
Count Decoris? Is that how you say it? Is there a way to replay lines? Let me check the log. I don't think so. Dang it. Decoris? Decoris. I'll have to listen to the VOD again later so that I can learn how to pronounce these freaking names. It sounded like Decoris, but I don't know if I heard it right. My auditory processing sometimes goes brr, and I don't actually register things. Amazing VA work to make me hate him so much already. No, he's fine. I do think his voice acting is really good, though. I love his energy. He, like, picked it up by 10 all of a sudden. I hold back a groan. Even Noah knows about Celeste's reputation.
Yes, that's me.
You're good at archery, are you not?
Better than you are at etiquette, at the very least.
Etiquette? Oh god. Why do you pronounce it like that, you weirdo? I can fix him. I'm not going to fix him. Currently, I don't think there's anything to fix. Besides the fact that he said etiquette.
Yes, I'm quite good with the bow.
We can't trust his pronunciations. Probably not as good as Celeste was, though, I presume, judging by her renowned reputation. At least I'm still good enough to shoot arrows with decent accuracy. I just need to practice a bit more and remember everything I learned in middle school.
Quite. Then you'll be perfect for the role of the Saintess.
Perfect! Where'd that accent come from? He's so silly. I love him. He's silly. He's about to break into a dance number. Dequeris, it kind of blended together. Yeah, that's what I mean. I couldn't really tell how he pronounced it, but I'll have to listen to it again, because I assume... Because usually with, like, games and stuff like this, there's, like, a guide that's given to all the voice actors so they all pronounce everything, uniformly. So I have to assume that however he read it is how it's supposed to be pronounced, but... I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to re-listen and see if I can learn it. Anyways...
How can you say that? If a lacking individual takes up such a high role in the hierarchy of the Empire...
All the Saintess needs to do is shoot the golden bow and hit the Demon Queen straight in the heart. Then the war will finally be over. Is that not what you want, Mother?
I want peace more than anything else.
That's a lie. With the army off fighting at the war front, the Empress feels more secure in her rule here in the capital. Right. Yeah, that delivery was very believable. Definitely believable. So true. Do you question God's will, Empress? It is the Lord who has chosen Lady Celeste to go be the Saintess of the Golden Bow. Title drop. While Celeste may be lacking in some other areas, she asserts she's great at archery, and her reputation confirms her words. Right, Mother, so you shouldn't worry. Lady Decorus will make an excellent Saintess. I wish I could share the faith these two have in me. Still, I have to maintain a confident front, so I put on my brightest smile. Please, don't worry about anything, Your Grace. I'll defeat the Demon Queen and bring peace to the Empire. Empress Mirelle gives me a long look. After a moment, the confident smirk that Noah inherited from her is back on her face. Excellent. Then there's nothing stopping us from proceeding with the mission to defeat the Demon Queen, is there? Noah, you'll be the one leading the Saintess's quest. Noah's eyes widen. He opens his mouth, then closes it. But You will lead the Saintess's quest, and you will take the 20 best men from the Palace Guard, the Mage's Tower, and the Church to accompany you. And you will leave in a month. In a month? So soon? Shock makes my heart beat erratic. With my current archery skills, I'm nowhere near ready to defeat a powerful enemy so soon. Is there a problem? You said you're great at using the bow, and it's all you need to be a successful Saintess, right? The Empress has really turned the tables on me. I can't deny her words, and neither can Noah. After all, we're the ones who just made those claims to her. I simply thought we'd have more time to prepare. There is no more time. Not with the Demon Queen's army closing in more and more on the capital in recent years. I think the Saintess and you are ready enough. But Do you no, that's Lucius, sorry. Do you question the Empress's judgment? The Emperor and Noah glare at each other. Noah doesn't respond. He finally just turns around and walks toward the door. Noah, you will prepare for the quest and depart in a month. As you wish, Your Grace. If it's not too much to ask, I want to accompany the Saintess and the Prince on their quest. Elijah's request surprises me for a moment, until I remember that he wanted to join the mission when Levi was the Saint as well. Are you sure, High Priest? You will be leaving your office behind for 2 months. Yes, I'm sure. I'll take Gareth with me as well. Meredith can manage running the office on her own. I'll appoint some people to help her with the paperwork. The Saintess's quest will be a historic moment in the life of the Lokari Empire. I wouldn't want to miss witnessing the Saintess defeat the Demon Queen. He has strange tastes, but with Elijah's light magic, our success will be easier. I don't protest. We'll need all the help we can get. Alright, you may go as well. Thank you, Your Grace. I will organize a ball to celebrate the finding of the Saintess tomorrow evening. Be sure to attend, all of you. We all reply we'll be there, and after some final departing words, we're dismissed. After the audience, I ask everyone to give me some time alone. I'm too overwhelmed by the recent events. I need some time to think. I take a sheet of paper and a quill, and I begin to scribble down my thoughts. I survived my death event, the demon attack in the woods near the Decorous mansion. That's why Levi is likely to continue to love Celeste and not become interested in anybody else. Now, this is some dang good music. Honestly, the music in this game is pretty good. I don't know if it's custom. I think when I was talking to them before, they mentioned that it was like a borrowed library. But they chose really good tracks. It goes hard. It's good. Except I'm not really the Celeste he loves. I have her memories and a portion of her skills, but I'm basically Celine in Celeste's body. I'm not just Celeste recollecting a past life. Instead, I, Celine, have taken over Celeste's body at a pivotal moment of her current life. Does that mean Celeste is dead? I guess the answer to that question doesn't really matter, though the thought of her passing is sad. I'm now the Saintess of the Golden Bow, a hero the whole Lokari Empire has been awaiting for years. Yet, Levi was supposed to take on that role. Levi has been training to protect Celeste all his life. He's way more skilled at archery than I am. I have a month to train myself to use a bow properly. Not just any bow, though. The Golden Bow, which seems more ornamental than practical. Wielding that weapon will be a pain in the ass. What were the two components needed to defeat the Demon Queen again? The first one is firing an arrow imbued with the Golden Bow's light magic at the Demon Queen's heart and actually hitting the target. So I'll need to practice both archery and accessing the bow's magic. As someone who comes from Earth, I have no idea how to wield magic. The very concept of magical power coursing through my body is foreign to me. I suppose training with the bow will just take time, though I have little to spare. As for wielding its magic, that's something Elijah will know more about, given that he's a light magic user. I scribbled down that I need to talk to Elijah about the Golden Bow and its magic. Know thy enemy, they say, and right now, my enemy until I master it is that bow. What if Celeste got isekai'd into Celine's body since she was originally supposed to die too? So she wakes up in like a hospital after a car accident and she's like, what? What in all hell is a car? What is a hospital? She is definitely worse off then, because I don't think... I mean, I guess if she has access to Celine's memories, then she might remember certain aspects, but she'd still be like, what? That would be really cool, but I don't think that would be a story that we would see. But it's hard to say. That could be what's going on. She just gets to live like a modern day office lady romance, question mark. When you are a rich girl who is supposed to die in the first 5 minutes of a novel, and you get reincarnated as an office lady. Which, I mean, to be fair, Celine was definitely living an NPC life by being an office lady back there, so I guess that would suit her? Question mark? I got reverse isekai and now I'm an OL in modern day. Yeah, basically. Well, I guess there isn't anything inherently wrong with that. Him. There is also a second component to defeating the Demon Queen, one that follows a story trope more than practical logic. Noah and Levi's love makes the magic of the golden bow stronger. How is that possible? I have no idea. Would Noah and Levi being in love now still solve this problem? Regardless, the two of them falling in love is not going to happen now. Levi is still hung up on Celeste. He won't give Noah a second look. Meanwhile, the real Celeste is technically dead. She never returned Levi's feelings anyway. And as for myself, I can't imagine falling in love with someone in a month. Has to learn to use her archery skill to climb the corporate ladder. That's true. If she's more of a tomboy than the original Celine, then I can imagine her standing up to like toxic work environment stuff. Won't put up with corporate BS because she's used to being pampered like a noble lady. Her mind is blown when she sees the Saint with the Golden Bow is just a web novel. Yeah, she's like not in a situation where her knowledge is really useful. And then she finds out that her world was fictional and she's like, freaking what? Huh? That would be pretty wild for her. Love is such a difficult topic for me. I don't trust or fall in love easily. Ugh, I'm so screwed. I'm scared. This situation isn't just a story in a book anymore. It's my reality. The BL is because the girl ejected the guy. I mean, not because. The characters are probably always bi or pan. I think it's more just like, yeah, he had to get rejected in order to no longer fixate on Celeste. So I guess now that she's still alive, he's gonna stay fixated on her. Girl, you can still reject him. Technically, you could still reject him and he could still run off and have his BL love story. Technically. Levi, Elijah, Noah, Eurydice, Father, the Empress, they're all real people. They aren't acting according to script either. The plot of the book has changed. It's a real world now with unpredictable consequences. And I'm at the center of this new story. Levi dies at the end of the book, despite defeating the Demon Queen, despite Noah's love for him. Will I die again too? Or will that aspect of the story change as well? No, I can't give up. I must change reality and my fate. It's not like me to mope around and feel defeated. I'm the master of my own destiny. If I have to fall in love with someone, who should it be? Levi, who blindly adores his lady? Noah, who has been burdened with leading the mission to defeat the Demon Queen? Elijah, who is a priest and can't marry someone unless they're part of the church? Or should I pick someone else entirely? I at least have to admit that all three of them are handsome men. I just hope my own baggage isn't going to drag me down too much. There is a secret option. I am aware of the fact that the game is planning a fourth route. The fourth route, I think, is going to be DLC after the game's release. But I do know that there's going to be a fourth route. I don't know which character it's going to be. But there is a planned fourth route, correct? Interesting. The imp. DLC Demon Love content. Well, we don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. No clue. Don't look at me. It better be you know who. Again, don't look at me. I just remember reading that there was going to be a fourth route in the future. That's all I know. Will I turn cold and detached if I enter into a relationship with any of them? Just like I did towards my ex-boyfriend? Can someone like me even make a guy fall in love with her within a month? My heart is beating so quickly. Now that I realize what's really at stake and what I have to do, I'm terrified. I lie down in bed and hide my face against a pillow. Tears stream down my cheeks, soaking the material. For the first time since reincarnating, I give in to all the emotions that have built up inside of me. I'm just one young girl. I'm just a girl. Please. Please, web novel story I reincarnated into. I'm just a girl. How can I carry so many heavy burdens? Eventually, I cry myself to sleep. I toss and turn all night, though, unable to get any real rest until nearly dawn. Just a little guy. Me, for real. The next evening, Linda gets me all dolled up for the grand ball the Empress is throwing in my name. At the ball, I find myself sitting at the table, staring at silverware I have no idea how to properly use. Celeste's memories aren't helping me much. The servant puts a salad in front of me and I pick up one of the forks. There's an offended gasp from my left. I look at the noble lady sitting next to me. She's almost purple in the face, staring down at the fork I'm holding. Dang, she's pretty. The green and yellow dress is a choice, but I like the hairpiece. She's cute. Wrong piece of cutlery, then. I put it down and take another in my hand. I steal a sideways glance at the noble lady. She doesn't seem to be offended anymore. She's Yuno-colored. The hair color's wrong, but I guess technically yes. She is Yuno-colored. And technically Yuno accessories too, since this is a butterfly, and I also have a butterfly pin. Oh no, I'm the villainess. Oh no, that's me. This one must be the right fork then. When everyone starts eating, I dig into the salad too, but it tastes like paper to me. I'm nervous. My hands are clammy.
So you've become the Saintess, Lady DeQuaris.
DeQuaris. It is DeQuaris. I've been saying. Oh no, she says excitedly. Good thing I like villainesses. OMG, me too. The man to my right, Duke George, if Celeste's memory serves me correctly, strikes up a conversation with me. Interesting that he's voiced even though there's no CG? Or at least he was voiced for the one line. My joke pronunciation attempt earlier was right. Lady Daiquiri, stop. He's a young duke and a powerful player on the battlefield of Lucari Empire's politics. That means he's the secret route? Yeah, probably. Look at this design. Lady Delinquent. They're trying, okay? We're trying to figure it out. We'll get there. I'll have to do my best not to say or do anything strange.
Yes, despite my surprise, the Golden Bow has chosen me.
Well, now that you carry such an important role, do you plan to improve your knowledge of etiquette?
That's crazy. He's like, here you go, queen, I'll show you how to use a fork. And she's like, oh, wow. A man who knows how to use a fork. A man familiar with his silverware. I like the no, that's pretty funny. Do you plan to improve your knowledge of etiquette? No. No, I don't. I don't need to know this when I'm out fighting in war, to be honest with you. I just shoot stuff with bow. True. He points at my salad. Oh, come on. What am I doing wrong this time? Which of these does more damage to the Demon Queen? fork, knife, spoon, second fork, second spoon, knife, again. And then the last option is romance. Romance parentheses BL. The Duke smiles, but his expression isn't unkind.
You have no idea what you're doing wrong, do you?
You don't have to point it out. Don't be rude. Ugh.
I don't.
The most strained. I don't. Thanks. I don't.
May I?
He extends his hand to me, and when I don't protest, he touches my hand gently to modify the way I'm holding the fork.
Oh, come on, George. You're spoiling the fun.
Is that purple girl? Is Penelope purple girl? That makes sense. Hand touching? Yes, there's hand touching. Crazy. Yep, that's purple girl. The lady to my left has a cruel smile on her face. Shoot, I really was eating the salad wrong after all. My cheeks heat up from embarrassment, and suddenly I find it hard to breathe. For every kind person like Duke George, there's a cruel one like that lady here. A vulture, just waiting for me to make a mistake. Now that I'm Saintess, I'll be watched even more closely than Celeste was as a mere Count's daughter. They're all going to be laughing for weeks about the way I ate this stupid salad. I just know it. Here's our breakdown as scheduled. Whoopee! the 7 p.m. breakdown in the middle of the ball. My favorite. She looks at the watch on her hand. Why would you look at the time? It's cry o'clock. And honestly, I can't blame her. This is what I get for trying to eat a stupid freaking salad. Salads are the cause of my breakdowns too. And she said it tasted like paper. I too would have a breakdown if the first meal that I've had in the couple of days that I've been at this freaking castle after becoming the Saintess is a paper salad. Blech. That cry felt real. I am pretty good at fake crying. This is true. Imagine eating a salad. I mean, I can. I just don't want to imagine it being a paper salad. It sounds nasty. Honestly, fair. That's what I'm saying. It's gotta be a good salad. You guys are nobles. Why are you eating paper salad? Yuck. Celeste's memory tells me that this incident won't be the first time she's ruined her reputation with a stupid mistake, either. Excuse me. I can't be here anymore. I have to get some fresh air or else I'll hyperventilate. Are you okay? Duke George calls after me, but I walk quickly to the terrace. Imagine if the mistake she made was eating a fake paper salad instead of the real food. That'd be crazy. They sabotage her specifically by giving her, like, very elaborately folded origami to, like, look like the same salad that everybody else has, but she can't tell the difference because she's not used to eating noble food like this. So then she eats the paper and is just like, why is it so bland and paper tasting compared to everybody else's? And Penelope's next to her like, what a fucking idiot. This girl's so fucking stupid. Right, Duke George? And Duke George is just like, why did we serve her paper? Why did we serve the new Saintess paper? Who did this? Who sabotaged her like this? Perpelope? Yeah, that's her name now. Perpelope, because she's Perpel. My favorite color, Perpel. Okay. Once I'm away from the throne room, I run into the gardens. If I were to make a guess, I feel like, you know, being out in the gardens is probably where we are going to have another scene with Noah that is going to be Callisto adjacent, and if I had to guess, I think I know what is going to be referenced here, and you guys are gonna watch me go stupid. My monkey brain's gonna activate again, but we're gonna pretend that it's not, okay? I'm very normal. I'm very normal, actually. I'm very normal! I have a guess, though, and it's one of my favorite scenes with Callisto, so it's fine. The neuron is charging. Yeah, it's getting ready for activation. It's not there yet, but we're getting there. Anyway, she lied as she breathed. Shut up! Leave me alone. I stop only when I reach a small lake. Here I put my arms around my frame, trying to control my breathing. Breathe, Celine. In and out. In and out. Don't cry. Don't cry. You'll ruin the makeup Linda spent hours putting on you to make you look like a real noble lady. Didn't think I would run into you here. I turn around when I hear the voice. It's Noah. He's drawn his sword, and his usual mocking demeanor is not present. He's completely serious when... This is the best. This is peak. This right here, peak. This, peak. This, yes. This, peak. Yahoo! Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Also, because it's a CG, that means it's gonna be voiced, so I love that for me. He suddenly puts his sword against my throat. My heart beats so loudly that it feels like it could jump out of my chest. This time from fear. Does Noah want to kill me?
I wish I could just kill you and be done with it.
He does. But why? Suddenly I remember the scene. I fangirled over it when I was reading the novel. This is the scene where Noah puts his sword to Levi's throat. It's overly dramatic, and most of the readers of the novel read it as a romantic interaction. We talked about the event for hours on the web novels forums. Oh, so like you? I mean, yeah, when I fangirl over it in real life, I'd be like, But also, reading it in a fantasy novel, I'm like, hee hee. Hee hee, killing intent is... Hee hee! Aha! Twirls my hair! Aha! This girl is so you. Based on a true story, parentheses me. But not actually. Killing intent, literally me right now. I'm just like, I love killing intent a little bit. Anyways, him. But now I think this setup is just ridiculous. I could take a step back at any time from the coldness of steel, and my neck would be safe. I give Noah a long stare. He's looking at me seriously, as if he's really pondering if he should harm me. I don't believe he actually will. I will entertain his antics for a while longer, just to see what he has to say to me. I want to know how much the scene changes with me here instead of Levi.
Why do you want me dead?
Because you're the reason I have to go on the mission to kill the Demon Queen. And so soon. If anybody less capable than you had been chosen as the Saintess, Mother wouldn't have told us to leave within a mere month.
Why are you so mad about leaving within a month? You got something to do, buddy? You have, like, an appointment? Like, that seems like a silly reason to want to kill her. Angst. He's like, I don't want to go outside in a month. I want to spend more time fricking around in the castle. Can't miss the release of his favorite game. Yeah, he can't miss the release of his favorite game. Office Lady in the real world. He wants more time with you? No, no, no. We barely know each other at this point in the story. I don't think it's because he wants more time with her. I think he would just rather do literally anything else. Gonna miss his mom? I doubt that's the case, too. He doesn't really seem like a mama's boy. I would miss work for that game. There's something very funny about you purposefully missing work, which may or may not be at the office, to play a game where you are an office lady. It's just more paperwork simulator, but it's a video game. I'm glad he thinks so highly of my archery skills, especially considering how little the nobles think of my etiquette skills. But he's wrong.
I may not be as great at archery as you think.
That fact would change nothing at this point. Mother is now convinced you can defeat the fiend. This is a suicide mission. None of us will come back from the quest.
Even though I remember this line from the book, my eyes widen.
How do you know we won't return?
His words almost feel oddly like foreshadowing for what happens in the book. Noah seems to seriously believe what he's saying.
20 people going deep into demon-ravaged lands to enter the Demon Queen's castle and kill her. What could possibly go wrong?
Wow, he's got a lot of anxiety. That forced laugh was honestly really good. It was so forced and awkward. It really fit the tone there pretty well. Dang. Not a lie, this is true. This is true. He's really convinced we're going to die on this quest. I can see the desperation in his eyes.
Can't you convince your mother to postpone the day we leave, or to increase the amount of people we can bring with us?
I've already tried. She doesn't want to listen. It's almost if she wants to set us up for failure.
Oh, Noah, you're closer to the truth than you think. I can't tell him anything about his mother's plan to get rid of him. He would just grow suspicious if I, someone he barely knows, spouted such important information about his life. I should only tell him what's really going on with the Empress when, or if, we become friends during the quest.
Look, I'm afraid of the mission too. But I don't want to give up. I won't just roll over and die. I'll keep fighting until the very end. No matter how the mission ends, I want to be sure I've done everything I can to fulfill my role properly.
Noah's eyes widen.
You're right. I can't just give up.
Yeah, and you also can't just randomly kill the newly dubbed Saintess. It wouldn't change the fact you still have to leave soon, buddy. The bow would just choose another person. And then you'd still have to leave within a month. Surprise. Or I guess even sooner, because if she dies and then the bow decides to choose Levi, then they'd probably leave even sooner, because Levi is already trained in combat. So they would just be like, well, off you go. See ya. We gotta do this shit now. I must also see the mission through until the end. I almost thought of telling you to kill me. That's crazy. That's a crazy choice. Anyway, I'm sure you'll do great on the quest. I hear you're a great fighter. Rumor has it you're difficult to talk to and don't have very good social skills. That's your line, TPH. Hey! Hey. You don't have to call me out like that. There's a difference between what I would say and what she would say. All I see here is a composed young woman who can compliment others. You're a mystery, Saintess. Uh-oh. I must be careful about what I say to others. I don't want to break my character as Celeste too much. One thing's for sure. I don't want you to die, Your Grace. Just Noah is fine. We're teammates now, I suppose. I like the sound of that. Noah smiles back. He seems much more relaxed now. I'll continue trying to get Mother to delay the deadline for us to leave. I would appreciate more time to train. Right. Time to go back to the ball, then. Without sparing me another glance, Noah walks past me towards the terrace. I watch him until he disappears between the carefully trimmed bushes of the palace garden. I look out at the water of the lake and take a few deep breaths. I really hadn't expected Levi's scene with Noah to play out for me. I also didn't respond like Levi did. Our encounter didn't turn romantic at all. Yet, my heart is beating quickly regardless because I'm still scared about so many things. The stress is catching up to me. I fall to my knees on the soft grass. I can't hold back my tears any longer. In the end, I'm just a girl, caught up in so many responsibilities. There it is, there's the line, I'm just a girl. I'm tired, I'm terrified. I want it all to stop. No matter how much I cry, though, this new reality won't magically change for me. I'm still Celeste, and I'm still the Saintess. The sooner I accept my fate and put my energy into the few things I can still change, the better. With renewed purpose, I get up and start walking back to my room. Screw the ball. I'm not going back there only to be ridiculed further. I don't want the whole Imperial Court to continue watching how terrible I am at being a noble lady. If I had more time before the quest, I would take lessons to get better at etiquette. However, with the way the situation has unfolded, I'll have to focus only on improving my archery and horseback riding skills. Besides, the future of the Empire doesn't depend on me knowing which fork to use for a salad, but it certainly does hang on me using the golden bow properly. She's so right for that. She's so real for that. Has her priorities in order. I'm walking down the corridor towards the apartment where my family is staying when I hear someone running behind me. Celeste! Levi calls me by my first name, like he always does when it's just him and Celeste. It's something the two of them agreed to do when they were younger. Levi stops before me and looks me up and down. Where have you been? I didn't notice when you left the throne room. You're not supposed to go anywhere without me. Father's orders, I know. I just forgot. I realize I haven't been thinking about how Levi would feel if I suddenly disappeared. Yet again. I'm not concerned about failing to follow his orders. I am genuinely worried about you. He blushes and looks away. My heartbeat quickens. Why, though? Celeste has no romantic feelings towards Levi. But do I? I must admit he's very handsome and kind. He's my favorite character from the book. Am I that much of a simp? I let out a long sigh. Levi looks back at me with a worried expression. Then he looks me up and down again. You're alright, are you not? He focuses on my face and frowns. You've been crying? Time to sabotage BL. Sometimes you just gotta sabotage the BL story a little bit. It's been sabotaged since a long time ago at this point. He must notice my smudged makeup. Me when I lie. I don't know which one I like better. Both of these feel like natural things to respond, but... Honesty? I mean, that's true. Honesty is the best policy here. I was, but I feel better now. What made you cry? When I see the sincere worry on Levi's face, I want to tell him the truth. I'm just overwhelmed by suddenly becoming the Saintess, by having to carry the burden of saving the whole Empire. I look down, tears welling up in my eyes again. I love you, take me now. Can we not? We've known this man, technically, for like 4 days, 5, I don't know, a week? I don't know, somewhere in there. Can we not? You guys are silly. Celeste. I look back up to see Levi staring at me with love and adoration. It hurts being on the receiving end of such feelings, knowing that they aren't really for me. No matter what happens, know that I'll always stay by your side. I'm sorry to drag you into this quest with me. He would have been caught up in this mess anyway if he were the Saint, but now he's coming along anyway as Celeste's knight. What if Levi dies protecting me? My heart feels heavy. I must do my best to get as strong as possible. Don't say that. I swore to always protect you, did I not? Back when I became your knight, remember? I recall Celeste's memory of that time. They were both 14 back then, and Levi took a knee in front of her and swore he would protect her until death did them part. He made his vow with such sincerity and fervor. Yet, I'm not the one whom he swore to always stay beside. That person was Celeste. So he should be free of the oath, since Celeste is kind of dead. Also not a GB that's even better. That's what I'm saying! That's what I'm saying! He's a knight! He's a childhood friend! He's got red hair! It speaks to me. It speaks to me. But honestly, all of the love interests kind of speak to me aesthetically. Literally made for you. All three of them are kind of made for me, to be honest. If I'm being for real, they all kind of have vibes where I'm like, mm-hmm. Yes. So true. That's the problem. In every game I ever touch, I somehow end up being a Dada demo. There is rarely a time where I don't like a love interest. Literally you as the protagonist, literally men tailored to you. Stop. I wouldn't say that. I don't know if I'm that similar to the protagonist. Yuno wants the harem route, always do. Always do. Polyamory is always the solution. I can't tell him the truth, though. On the spur of a moment, I gesture towards Levi. Lean down, please. You're too tall. Too tall for what? Levi gives me a puzzled look, but complies with my request. Aww. 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 Look at them. Aww. Aww. Cute. I press up on my toes and kiss him on the cheek. Not as Celeste, but as Celine. Because I genuinely feel grateful to him, and don't know how else to express myself right now.
Celeste?
Levi blushes a deep red and gets flustered. Only when I lean back and smile at him do I realize I shouldn't be doing something so intimate to a man who loves the woman who once inhabited this body. I might be sending him the wrong message.
I'm sorry. I just...
Don't be sorry.
I just wanted to express my gratitude.
I let out a sigh.
You always do your very best to protect me. Thank you, Levi.
Cute!
You're welcome, but it's my job to take care of you.
I know you're not doing it just because it's your job.
Whoa. That line was kinda... suggestive. Levi gives me a startled look. Consider this a performance incentive? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I turn around and start walking towards my room before he can reply. Let's go, Levi. We need to rest. Training starts tomorrow. No! That's the end of the demo! Frick! More updates in the future? No! I want more! Dang it. Dang! Well, video game. Okay, you know, start writing the fanfiction. I'm on my way. I'm opening it up. I'm opening the Word document right now. Let me in. Only a demo? Yeah! It is only a demo. I have a, they gave me a code for a build for the demo right now. And I have been told that there's going to be an extended demo released in the future? I'm not sure when specifically. But there is going to be another longer demo, released soon, TM. I think they have plans for a couple different, demo and beta releases. But oh my gosh, it's so good! I am very intrigued in the story. By the story, I should say. The characters are cute. Really like the voice acting. It's very charming. It's funny. I usually play Otome in Japanese, so I have to get used to the fact that, like, they're speaking in English. But no, they're all so cute! I'm going to have such a hard time when, like, the fuller games come out, and I'm gonna have to choose a boy. It'll be over. Thank you so much for playing. I love this playthrough and I vibed with your chat. Thank you for hanging out and watching me play. I still really appreciate you sending me a code. I'm very happy. And I will definitely be checking out the future releases. Feel free to hit me up whenever. I like the game. It's fun. And it's nice to finally be able to play an Otome with my chat. Because there are some Otome you just can't do playthroughs of online, so me holding them down to experience an Otome together in real time has been fun. That was the dev in chat. Yep! Transparent Games are the ones who have developed this game. They've developed a few other visual novels and games as well, so you guys should definitely check them out. They also have a Patreon. You can find it... well, I don't know if clicking this will, like, actually take me there. Oh, it takes me to a link. You should support them if you are able to. And you want them to help them make more games. But that's the link to their Patreon. It took me to the page when I clicked the thing. And they have other social media. I will probably be sharing and, like, liking and retweeting any of their posts about this game because it's so much fun. But no, I really like it, and I'm really glad you guys are here to experience this with me. Thank you for hanging out. I know it's like an early stream, so I wasn't sure what the turnout would be for this, but I'm very happy. But I guess we will get a future update, a future extended demo, and I'm very excited for that. Yeah. As for me, the next time you will see me will be later tonight. I will be doing a comfy work with me stream. I have some things to write and prep. No, it's not fanfiction yet. I actually have, like, proper things to work on. So we'll be doing that later tonight. Hopefully I will be able to see you guys in the evening. But until then, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu!